it can go really dark really fast, or it could just be like a normal anime. They have introduced the slave trade within the show within the first 2 episodes, but it's not what you think. The main character is the one selling the slaves off. So,
what?
yeah,
That's even worse.
So what happens?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boys, and we are back with the 27th episode of the DNAnime podcast. I am your host, Beautiful Crow, with my co-host, Vic Seal, and we are back. Did you guys miss us? Kept you waiting, huh? That's not an anime reference, that's a Metal Gear Solid reference, but shut up. We're back and ready to hang out and talk about, well, actually, we got a bunch of fun topics today. We're going to be yapping about the current season of anime. Now, I know it was a little bit of a drought. I know everybody was a little bit down. Just having to sit through through the slog, the Matrix gruel that was the summer 2024 anime list. All we had was Osan, man. That shit stunk. But no, we had a couple of good things last season, but fuck that shit. It's done with. It's over. Ayla can't express her feelings in Russian. That shit couldn't hold everything together from last season.
And Wisteria was the sole savior of last season. Wisteria was so good. But dude, everything else was like, I'm cool with this. But Wisteria, man, stepped up. It took its chance, and it was like, here I am. I'm in the middle of this awful season.
Dude, what better time to shine? It was a diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? The corn in the shit out of it was something good in the sea of nothingness. I mean, there was some good stuff last season. Like, again, I enjoyed Ayla can't express her feelings in Russian. I need to finish the last couple of episodes. But it was cute. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Again, Wisteria was really good. Wisteria just felt like condensed Danmachi. Like they were just like, really, yo, we fucking, yeah. It was like we were Danmachi's back, baby.
But at the same time, all of the things that did happen were still unique enough to be like, yeah, I can tell this was taken from Danmachi, but I still care about all these characters. The characters are all still good. Will is a fantastic MC. The elf guy that I think that I can never remember his name.
Guy.
Yeah, the green-haired elf guy. He had some pretty drastic character growth that felt really good to watch. The animation was really good. The storytelling was really good. The characters are all very interesting. At least in the Japanese sub, the voice actors are great, phenomenal, doing fantastic work. Last season, aside from Wisteria, Ayla was like fine. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed Dahlia in Bloom more than I thought I would. It was very
Which one was that one?
Organic. It was just kind of like another slice of life one.
Okay.
She was like a magic artificer, and she was just trying to like build a business. And it was like everything was like organic, and you felt good because like her dad passes early in the show, and then like you can kind of see his love for her being his daughter throughout the show as like he's gone around and asked for favors in case something happens to him, and then all these people are coming together to help her on his behalf. I was like, it was like a very it takes a village kind of thing, and it was very nice. It was very nice to see. Nobody had like some fucked up alternative motive where they were like, yes, this young girl is starting a business, I'm gonna take advantage of her. Everybody is like a reasonable person. Like they will do their job whenever they're asked. There was one instance where somebody tried to leave his job to go work for her, and even that was like a reasonable exchange at the time, and like it was good. It just felt good. It wasn't like phenomenal. There wasn't like any game like genre defining moments, but it definitely felt good to watch. At the very beginning, I was like, oh god, there's this one scumbag. And then aside from that, it was like everybody was, it was just like a close-knit village. Everybody like you could kind of tell that the girl was like really smart but pretty airheaded, where she would just like not think of things, and then everybody would just be like, hey, what about this? And then she's like, oh no. And then everybody would help her resolve the thing, and I was like, this is really nice. It's really sweet. Nobody wants to be the dickbag there. And I enjoyed that a lot. Osan was like the okayest of anime that I've ever seen up until episode 12, where they hardcore stepped it up. Like,
wait, really?
Yeah, episode 12, they had Rick versus Broston, the orc guy, and
Mhm.
they god tier animated the shit out of that, and then they put as much story into that one episode as they could possibly fit.
They're like, please,
Yeah,
God,
it's like
give
if you
us a
can
second
wait, like
season.
if you're okay with just watching the okayest of animes for 11 episodes, then getting to that one episode was really fucking good. So
I'm just gonna skip to the last episode then.
yeah,
Because it was like I was watching Osan, and I was like, ooh, this could be fun. I could really enjoy this, right?
he's,
This is
he's
like
no
a fun little
Kafka or
dumb thing.
anything. So
Yeah. So I was like, oh, old man trying to become an adventurer, and then they set it all up where it's just like, oh, he's really strong, but he doesn't get it. I was like, okay, this joke is old already. And then he was fighting the like fast chick where she was like, I'm really, really fast, and I could do like, just lightning step and I'll stab you. And he's just like, why are you so slow? And I'm just like, they did it like 4 times back to back to back, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I fucking get it, man.
and then like episode 3, he's like, he starts to understand his position, and then everybody like tells him like, hey, you're not weak, like you need to understand that you're not weak. And then he's like, oh yeah, you right. And then he just like starts obliterating people. In like
that's
the
cool.
8th, 9th, and 10th episodes, he starts fighting in this tournament, and he starts using his own like homemade techniques called the hold back strat, where he just knocks people out by missing, so they just get knocked out by the wind of his punches. It was something. It was something, all right.
Damn. Well, I'll probably check out the last episode at some point because I was like, I liked how the characters looked. I like, again, I always say the dark elf, like maid girl or whatever.
She never
I was
does
expecting
anything.
them to do something. Oh my god.
Nope. All 12 episodes, all she does is stand next to Rick. That's it. That's it. She doesn't do
Cool.
fuck all. The other girl, the flicker feet girl, Angelica, she gets trained by Dark Elf Girl, but they don't show her getting trained.
Oh,
Like
cool.
Rick starts to train her, and then he's like, I know who can help you better than I can, and then it's her. And then she's like, I can teach you. And then they just like cut to black. And then you're like, oh, fuck. I thought I was going to see. But that's all in the past. We got through all the okayest. It was definitely a dry season.
Dude, I can't think of
so,
shit else.
Yeah. Can't really think of much else. Fairy Tale was out. It's still going. Fairy Tale, again, if you liked Fairy Tale before, you'll like it now. If you didn't like it before, you won't like it now. So it is the most direct continuation of an anime I've ever seen. Like there's like no animation growth, there's no story differentiations, like the character growth is the same. It is literally just more Fairy Tale. So like yeah, there's nothing that will draw you into it now that you wouldn't have before. So if you liked it before, get a look. But otherwise, you can probably miss it. I like it. I'm watching it because I like Fairy Tale. Apparently, there's a Fairy Tale roguelike dungeon crawler that I didn't know about, and I have it on my wish list. I've been thinking about getting it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it actually didn't look too bad, but I was like, man, it's so hard to convince myself to get an anime game these days.
Yeah. Ooh, can I talk about, before we get into the main topic, can I talk about an anime game?
I suppose.
Let me have this one. All right, Sparking Zero came out. If you motherfuckers know anything about the old Budokai Tenkaichi days, Sparking Zero just came out. I've been enamored with it. I've been playing so much. I think that it might be the best anime game, period.
You guys should have heard him on the first day when he was playing it. He was just short of just creaming himself on every punch. Every single punch, he was like, yes! Yes!
Dude, I played that game back when I was a teenager, 17 years ago, which would literally make me 14. I'm 34 now, if I'm doing the mathematication right. And it feels like that same feeling when I was a child. You know how, like, you go, like, let's say they make, like, a sequel to something, right? Like a video game. Or a remake. And you're just like, oh, you like, say, let's take Resident Evil 4 remake, right? It's like, oh, this feels like the memories of the game that I played. Because when you go back to Resident Evil 4 and GameCube, it's a little old. You know what I mean? It's a little dated. You know? And when I'm playing Sparking Zero, it's like, I feel like when I was a kid going to my friend's house and we just playing for hours going back and forth.
It's like the first time you read Don. It's just like going back to being a kid.
Dude, that's what I love this shit. That's what I love about this shit, man. It makes me feel like a kid again. I can just sit down and enjoy this medium. You know what I mean? And I love anime, and I'm glad that we're getting really, really good anime games. Sparking Zero is literally perfect to me with all its flaws. Yes, even with Super Vegito's fucking the After Image Strike.
From what I've seen of it, like I haven't played it, but from what I've seen of all of the like ranked battles and stuff, it seems like they did a pretty good job of like balancing without balancing.
Yeah,
the ranked system has like a team that you can build that costs points, and then like the really OP ones cost a lot of points. And I was like, that's pretty good. Like, like fucking Jiren can probably just smear through a team of, you know, two or three costs or whatever. But it gives you more of a fighting chance. So I was like, that's not a bad idea. I personally don't like that they added a character portrait for every single form of every single character. That is too many portraits.
Yeah, I don't. So in the old games, you would have the character in their base. And when you pick the character, another menu will slide out and you can pick what form you want it.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, literally, all the Gokus are up front loaded with all the Goku action. You know what I mean?
Don't want to see your army of Gokus?
I'm just like, which Goku? Because it'll be like Goku early, then Goku mid, and then Goku Super Saiyan mid, then Goku end of Z, then Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and then GT Goku. And it's just like all these different Goku. I'm just like, which one's transformation? Like, which Super Saiyan is for which Goku? You know, and I'm just like, Jesus. I mean, I got it now, but I'm not gonna lie. They give you like 30 seconds to pick your characters if you're doing like a team battle, like you were saying with the DP battle, and you have to sort through the huge list of 180 something characters. And I'd be running out of time, so I'm just like,
you just gotta know before you go in.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn it, man.
There ain't no deciding in the moment. You gotta know.
So outside of that, I mean, I've been having a shit ton of fun with that game. Anime games are back. I'm so excited. See me in the ring. I've been lumping people's heads up, but I asked we can stop talking about anime games for a second, as well as this lackluster last anime season, to start getting into some of the new anime of 2024. I guess it's technically the fall season. I don't know what it is about anime. Like, I feel like the seasons are later than I think. Like, summer anime be like late in summer.
It's just not as definitive as it used to be, where it was like, this is the day. Because I distinctly remember where there was like the end of the season where all the last episodes would come out, and then there was like a week of downtime, and I was like, that's when I would watch the stuff that I missed is in that week. Now it's like the season ends after the first episode of the next season has released, but like not everything from that season releases right then. We're 2 weeks into this season, and Shangri-La's first episode came out today. So like, there's just like the discrepancy of the days of which it comes out. It's not as this is when the season is. It's like this is like kind of when the season starts. So
it's in a time frame.
Yeah, sort of. And then sometimes they're just like they'll release one episode and be like hiatus, and they'll come back halfway through the season, and then they'll just do like a normal release schedule beyond that, which then bleeds into the next season, and you're like, I don't know which season this is a part of anymore.
Welcome to the year of our Lord 2024, where we just are inundated with a smorgasbord of anime. It's just so much.
There's just always stuff. There's always stuff. There's no down week to catch up on your old animes anymore. If you miss it, it's gone.
Pretty much, dude. I don't like every episode. I'm just like,
maybe you can squeeze in like one. If you miss an anime from the last season, don't count on going back to it. That's just gone.
Hey, I caught fearing. That's all that matters.
I have the one that I'm thinking about trying to go back and look at was Delicious in Dungeon. Dude, everybody talked like it was as good as Free Rent, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. I was like, there's no way that food is as good as Free Rent.
Well, it's not like Food Wars. It's not about food. It's just like the gimmick. There's a lot more to it.
I mean, I'm sure it's true, but like, I can't wrap my head around it. The concept is just like killing monsters in the dungeon to get food so that you can like delve deeper. And it's like, how the fuck is that better than Free Rent? Like, or as good as Free Rent, rather. It's probably not better.
Not better than Free Rent. I would say if Free Rent's a 10 out of 10, right? Because I 100% agree agree with myself that Free Rent's a perfect anime. I don't give a fuck. You got a problem with Free Rent, you got a problem with me, I'll fight you.
You know, I saw some, but I don't know if it was like a one specific episode thing, but if there was ever an anime to dethrone Full Metal, probably Free Rent. If there ever was, like, even still, it would be a toss up. But if it was like, ever anything, it would be Free Rent. If
The only
anything
problem
else ever did it, I would be like, you're wrong. You're lying to me. But if Frieren did it, then I believe you.
if Frieren ends and is done well, it could beat Full Metal in my opinion. But Full Metal is just like it has the perfect ending.
Full
It's
Metal
so
just
good.
tackles so many like really sensitive subjects so like carefully and like well crafted that is what usually puts it above everything else. Is like everything else is really good at their one thing, and then that will like cause a surge in views, but it doesn't like settle right. So Full Metal has settled well with its touch on classism, all the other isms, and
Yeah,
like even then they
fucking
even managed to have not even one but two good endings. So
yeah, which is crazy to me. I will always rep the original Full Metal. I think it's amazing.
we're in
And
a
I love
day
Conqueror
where
Shambhala.
nobody knows how to end series anymore. We were talking about it on stream the other day. Or I'm not gonna go into details, but poor JJK ending, that shit sucked.
So I didn't dislike it as much as other people.
No, well, it just takes away from a lot of like the character. It was like what we knew him as was all false. It's kind of like they pulled a different version of Shaman King where they're just like, it's all a dream, and you're like, no, that's not what this is.
It was all a dream. I used to read Playboy magazine, Salt and Pepper, and Heavy. What? Anyway, but yeah, no. So with JJK ending and My Hero ending, it kind of does feel like
I was like okay with My Hero's ending, but they had they left me with a lot of questions of like their people's connections to each other. It seemed like everybody was just like, hey man, fuck all y'all, and then just left, except for Bakugo.
Yeah, we can't get into it. But yeah, in a sea of middling to poor endings for shonen anime, Full Metal stands a cut up. Full Metal stands a cut above the rest.
Determined that everybody that makes an anime and their manga does not believe that it will make it to the end. So they don't have an end planned. They just have the journey planned. And then they're like, oh shit, we actually got past the journey part. What do I have to do now?
Write a script like Togashi and you're doing Hunter x Hunter. Just fuck it. Why draw anything?
Don't do the Hunter x Hunter where you just end up with a textbook on every page. World Trigger went that route. I want World Trigger to continue with its like normal stuff so bad, because the World Trigger before the away missions was so good. It was so good. It was like it was such a good watch and such a good read, and the characters were interesting, the powers were interesting, the way that they utilized their weapons were interesting. And then they were like, what if we just didn't? And then they just stopped doing that. And it's been like 100 chapters. So
damn.
Yeah, and I just want them to get out of the fucking sims. Just get out of the simulations. Go fight real things. God. There is a character that is literally abducted right now, and they've been fucking around for 100 chapters.
Sounds like Berserk when it was on that fucking boat for years, but you know that was also because the mangaka was only doing one chapter a month because he's too busy playing. What was that damn?
That's what Trigger's doing.
Game?
They'll release like 1 or 2 chapters a month, and it's just a wall of text on what they call battle sims, which is just like a computerized version of what they could be doing. And I was like, just have them do that.
Nah, we need no stakes. That's what this manga needs. Absolutely no stakes.
I hate it so much. If I wasn't so like enamored with the power system from before it, there's no way that I would watch it or read it as long as I have.
All right, well, let's get into the fucking meat and potatoes of the podcast.
the real part that we're here for. The part that you all been waiting for.
Yeah, it's now the Don special. So shut up, sit down. I
told Dukes that she had to listen to Don's opening like another 150 more times because she keeps getting the cadence wrong on the Dons. And I was like, all right, we're gonna listen to this until you get it right.
Sit down and study. There's a quiz on Friday.
And you know, I'll say one of the most impressive things that Don has gotten me for the anime is their English dub is good. How long has it been since I've listened to a dub and just been like, you know what? I would watch that in dub because they usually like get the voices wrong. Like maybe the voice actors aren't bad, but they just don't match. But like Danadons do. They made it so that they're Danadons voice actors for the English dub. They match. They fit pretty well. Honestly, not as well as the Japanese ones in my opinion, but like definitely good enough. Like I would, if anybody was like, "Yeah, I watched Danadan, but in English," I'm not gonna be like, "Ew." It ain't like it ain't offensive like you just said Demon Slayer is English or anything.
I have been enjoying the dub so far. I haven't watched it yet. I've been seeing clips randomly on TikTok and stuff like that.
Yeah, I listen to even in Turbo Granny form, Okarun sounds like good. In Turbo Granny form, I was like, that's so. I thought for sure they were gonna mess it up. And like as I watched it, I haven't actually watched the second episode yet, but I watched the important fight that happens in the second episode, and I didn't even realize that's CGI. The big enemy was CGI. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it looks so good. CGI has come so far.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I mean, it was about as good as normal, but they covered it better. And I was like, that's good. So like Dandadan is really going through the motions. Like Japanese voice actors are good, the English voice actors are good. The CGI was not noticeable, so it still fit. The animation is like fucking on point, dude. They matched the panels in the manga almost perfectly. The only thing that's like different is there's no like chat bubble off to the side, which does kind of leave a little bit of empty space to me, but I'm like, it's so close. I was impressed. I was very impressed. Dandadan right now, no bias, can do no wrong.
Absolutely no bias.
No bias.
But no, man, it's crazy because again, I haven't been able to watch as much anime as I used to due to my job. Because before, I would be able to just have like my phone up or something up, like my iPad, while I was like drafting documents for court or whatever. But now that I work and I'm on the phone all the time, I don't have time to like do anything outside of that. And then I stream all night, so I don't have time to watch anything after work. But I have been able to read manga, and I just decided, you know what, Dandadan's coming out. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I just remember like it was like years ago when Dandadan first came out, because I think Dandadan started in 2022. Somebody mentioned it, and there's like he loses his his junk.
Yeah, dude, the first like beginning. You can't explain what's going on correctly. Like
it's so hard.
If anybody's
so
like,
hard.
I after watching or after reading it, I now know the position that I put you in when I asked you, give me a better synopsis than what they gave me before. There isn't one.
It's so fucking, because if you're just like,
it's so everywhere.
He believe in aliens, she believe in ghosts. He loses his dick. Hers is to get cursed.
She got psychic powers, but like not that kind of psychic powers. Their house can transform. You're like, what?
Yeah, future, past, aliens.
Aliens, but like sometimes other aliens. Godzilla! You're like, what is happening?
It's so much shit.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it. I love everything about it.
Dandadan is one of the best things that I've experienced in the past like decade. Like it's reading the manga and seeing how the anime is being animated, I think that Shonen Jump is in good hands. I know that's been like a talking point for a while now. Now that One Piece is entering this final saga, Full Metal, I'm stuck with Full Metal Alchemist, but My Hero ending, JJK ending, Demon Slayer
perfect
ending.
Time, because all of the big names it doesn't have to compete with anymore. Like people are looking for something to fill that spot. Dandadan is just like, how about me?
Yeah, Dandadan is so fucking good, dude.
I knew it was gonna happen, but the discourse around the first episode is so bad. Like I get it, it's really bad. The one scene where he like actively pulls them apart, I get it. It's pretty fucked up. I can't just go around and just be like, hey man, it never happens again, because you still gotta watch that one.
Yeah,
that one's pretty bad. Definitely keep watching it after that. I will say that doesn't happen again, but I also can't say that wasn't pretty bad.
Yeah, no, the first episode with
it's really hard for me to defend it after the first episode, but it's like, oh no, this is Dandadan's disclaimer. Here's your asterisk.
Yeah, I mean, it's anime. You're always gonna have that. If you've been an anime fan for a while, you just kind of got to tough it out with it and stuff.
Some people are making it like really, really bad. I was like, it was pretty bad, but it's like we've seen anime do worse.
Yeah, you know, like
And
I
it's
just
not
want to say
like
this.
they
The
it's
first
not like they use it as a crutch of any kind or anything, or they don't revisit it all the time. The only like revisitation for it is like the passive mention of Okarun missing his balls. It's
yeah.
like that's it. Everything else is just like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So
So
oh, and
I
the
get it.
10-gallon wiener. Let's not forget the 10-gallon wiener.
Well, it's great. That made me want to keep reading the manga.
Dude, that was so funny.
When you posted the GIF,
I can't wait till they animate that. That
I'm
panel
so
was
excited.
so funny.
Because you posted a GIF and it just goes through it and their reaction looking at him.
I was like, what the fuck
fucking
is Don Don,
died.
man?
I love Don It's so good. Like again,
so
the first
good.
episode with the Seropians is wild. It is super duper wild. But Don made me shed a tear.
It's
I would
so
always
much more
recommend
than that,
Dandadan.
though. You
Yeah,
you
it's
have
so
to
fucking good.
believe us. It's so much more than
Please.
that first episode. Just keep going. Episode 2
Keep
is enough.
going. Keep going. It's so good. And if they keep the animation and the voice acting up to the quality that they are currently, this is going to be a fucking legendary anime, dude. Like as long as they put in the love and care and the time, Don is so fucking good. And there's so much good stuff on Horizon. I think I know where the first season's going to end, which is going to end on a really good point because it's like one of the first like
I want Don fillers.
dude, yeah, I just want all the Don. Like, it's crazy because it's a pretty recent manga. Like, it's only been around for like 2 years, and
It feels like
phenomenal.
it's been around longer than that.
Yeah, but I'm so excited to hopefully get more people into it so that we could talk about it with more people. I will always talk about Don and be happy to talk about it. It's so good.
I almost feel bad for the number of people that have been like, hey man, if you didn't tell me to keep watching after the first episode, I would have dropped it. I was like, no, like I get it, but at the same time, no, you don't understand. That's so good.
Yeah, because like that's how I was.
Now I feel like they're going into episode 2 soured, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
You have to understand.
You have to understand banana organs, but I fucking love I love Don so fucking much, dude. It's so good. It's got an amazing open, an amazing animation, amazing dub work. Hearing Luffy's voice actress from Japanese talk about eating Okarun's dick and wanting him to suck on her titties is wild. I never thought that I would hear Luffy say that.
What an age to live in.
But yeah, man, Don's amazing. It's coming out this season. There's 2 or 3 episodes out currently. I would highly recommend. Like, if you haven't watched it, watch it. Disclaimer: there's a very suggestive, alien probe scene in the first episode, but it stops, it ends, it moves on.
It's not the full episode. It's probably about no more than half at most of the episode. More happens afterwards. Stuff happens before it. Like, pay attention to it because it's a good like indication of everybody's capabilities and the like stances that all of the related things are. Yeah, 6 organs? Serpo.
I forget what it is called, but I just love when they do that shit. They're so fucking creepy looking. Dude,
I love that they're so unsettling. But yeah, but let's talk about on the flip side. What is the opposite of Don? Let's talk about Blue Lock Season 2.
Let's go!
Let's talk about Season 2 of Blue Lock. Blue Lock for Season 1 was so good. I loved the shit out of it. And when I saw
nothing bad to say about the second season.
When I saw the trailers and the videos and the TikToks of Blue Lock, I could not believe that they are putting 7 Deadly Frames to shame. I could not believe it.
I heard people talking about the animation and making like TikTok memes about it, and I was chuckling, I was guffawing or whatever, but I didn't see it. When I say that they were fucking spot on, when you sent me that shit, I was like,
dude, I can't.
Way.
Even to this day, like I haven't begun watching it because now I'm so like, I'm so adverse to it because I was like, if I start it up and that's what it fucking looks like, I'm gonna lose my mind because the first season was so good. I was like, I did not think that they would ever have an animation like horrendously done as bad as the Meliodas versus Escanor. That was a horrible. It was one of the most important fights in 7 Deadly Sins, and they absolutely butchered the 1 second fight. and Blue Lock's entirety is significantly worse. I cannot believe it. It is literally a webtoon advertisement on every single thing I've seen about it. They are literally they are still images sliding around the screen.
It looks like, when like fans.
How did they post that? Like they finished the animation and they're like, oh yeah, send this to post. This is good. Bro,
dude,
anything.
It's fucked up.
Canceled the season. The worst part about it is that you can't go back to it. So like you'll have to redo the whole thing, but then the first season is still good. So you can't redo the first season. You want to redo the second season, just cancel it and wait for somebody to do it better.
Just wait for the Blu-ray release.
Doing this? Who is doing this offensive animation?
I don't know, but the animation looks like, when fans animate manga panels.
Studio.
Is who?
8-Bit Studio.
Why?
Ain't no fucking way they did slime. How?
What?
They did slime and they did all kinds of slime. They did Laid Back Camp.
All their animators
Irregular
all
Magical High
season.
School. Tokyo Ravens. Yo, these are all like phenomenal anime. Like I loved watching the rest of these. What happened?
I don't know.
What
Somebody
happened?
must have fucked their shit up.
They got the interns to do it or something.
Either that or just production hell, bad management. Something bad happened.
Something happened
that
somewhere.
Shit looks terrible. That shit looks so fucking bad, dude. It's crazy.
I try to give him like the benefit of the doubt, but it's like, dude, this is like an inexcusable level of like they are doing it on purpose to sabotage the reputation of Blue Lock. Like they have to be. There's no way. Like
why.
Even college students could probably do better than that. Fan animations have done better than that. So I don't understand. They got one person doing stuff for the fan animations, and then they got like a whole team that releases whatever this is.
I saw an animation where Sasuke was fighting Fushiguro from JJK, and they were just like summoning shit. Like he summoned the snake, and then Sasuke summoned his snake, and they were like fighting. Looks amazing. Yeah. Way better than Blue Lock. Like I know we're talking about like how it turns to like a fucking web comic or animated. What do they call them? Like an animated graphic novel. I forget the word, but anyway, it looks like that, right? No, not a visual novel. There's a word for it with American comics, where it's like they pretty much like semi-animated. Anyway, but I can't remember the word off the top of my head right now. But that's what it looks like. But then there's also moments of terrible fucking CGI where the guy's just running down the field. He just it just looks so bad.
It's like sliding images, and then they zoom out, and then it's like awful CGI.
Awful to PlayStation 2.
This is like a test project for somebody, and then they accidentally gave them the wrong like footage to post.
It's so bad. All the memes have been fucking amazing, but yeah, it sucks. Cause I really like Blue Lock. I thought Blue Lock was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was so excited. And I played soccer. I played several years of soccer, so like I was vibing with it. I was on board with the first season. It pains me. It doesn't actually, even aside from it being like soccer, it being just like any anime, if anything ever does that, that would be painful to see. Because looking at it is already awful. And
it's sad.
Yeah.
Like it really does suck. Because it's like
hopefully they maybe they'll pick it up, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like the damage has already been done.
Yeah. But hey, hopefully we can always hold out hope that maybe they've been saving the good shit for maybe the later half of the season. I don't fucking know.
Pull it down and post the ones that you actually meant to post. I'll wait.
No, I'm sure we'll probably get a story at some point of what the fuck happened. But
I hope so. I need an explanation. But other things that came out this season, we're all familiar. Like we got through DNAnime. We all know DNAnime. We love it. Blue Lock, the adverse side. There's several other ones that I'm excited to get started. ReZero came out this season. Woo! I haven't started it yet. ReZero's always been crazy good to watch. I love watching it. It's hard to follow, but I've always been down for it. Don Machi came out. Haven't got to watch it yet. Dukes was out of town this weekend, so we haven't been able to sit down and watch it yet. But I don't know how they are going to follow season 4, part 2.
Season 4 is so fucking good.
It was so good. It was such a masterpiece. And like, I feel like if they tried to do, I don't know anything about this next season. So this is all speculation from right here, is if they do another like dungeon dive, I don't think it will feel good.
I feel like they're doing a God season again, kind of like season 2. I haven't seen
I feel like they
much
have
other than the
to.
poster.
They need to like let that sit in like within the seasons. They need to just like let what happens sit. It's time to like get more involved with the characters. What? Why you gasp?
I will say one thing. I see one clip on TikTok, just like a short clip. All I'm gonna say is our boy Bale has become the fucking Rizzler. I don't know what the fuck happened, but he's just like doing a bunch of cool shit. Like the last season felt like, yo, he's the team leader. Like he was leading them through all this shit. And then the team, when they were separated, they had to step it up so that they can, be up with him. So I love that about that. But like from this one clip of them being in a bar, how he was talking to the rest of the girls, like he was sitting down with the future sight girl and they're like a friend, I forget their names. And he does a thing, and I'm just like, yo, Bale, this is like a hop and a skip from the first episode where he's dealing with like a venture guild girl. And
yeah, it seemed like it was going to be much more slice of life with how the last season like ended. They had everybody out back at home. They had Ryu in her nice little dress. And I was like, I hope that they don't forego the dungeon, but I hope they don't focus on it again. Like, yeah, if they go like episode 2 and he's like back down in the dungeon, I'm like, bro, did you not just experience all the Juggernaut? Like, realistically, he would have to like take time off.
Yeah, I want to see Hestia sitting on his back, and we learn how strong he is from fighting all that shit. I want to see them kind of like recap and see how everybody's doing. I want to see some fucking respect put on my boy's name. You know what I mean? Because everybody needs to respect him. He went through shit that most people wouldn't be able to go through, and he came back alive. And I want to see how that changed Bale. But it seemed like some shenanigans are going down from what again, all I've seen is the poster and that one clip of them in the bar. But it feels like some key players are making some moves. It makes me very excited, but also very sad because I feel like Bale's about to get fucked over or something. I don't fucking know.
No.
But we shall see. But yeah, it does seem like some key players are making some moves. And again, I'm only basing this off of the poster and the characters that were in the poster around Bale. And I was like, why? Why are you there? But yeah, so I'm excited. And then inevitably, we're going to get our fucking tiebreaker Minotaur fight, I'm hoping, this season.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that's another whole season away.
Really? I mean, it does kind of feel like it.
Like, you think they're going to follow up the Juggernaut with a Minotaur fight?
Come on, man.
A one-armed Minotaur fight at that. That would be rough.
He might grow his arm back. Right? He's kind of weird, evolved monster.
He's a monster out there. Maybe he'll die and then he'll get like respawned as an even bigger Minotaur. Maybe he'll be like a blue Minotaur this time.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited for DNAnime. I'm sure it's going to tug at the heartstrings, have a bunch of cool action, and be fantastic. I'm just very upset because I know that Best Girl Ryu ain't gonna get with Belle, so it's gonna make me angry. Her whole backstory and shit was so fucking good, dude. Oh my god, so good. But it is what it is. But we also got a couple of other anime on this season. So we talked about ReZero, we talked about DNAnime. We also got anime that I've been looking forward to, but might be going the way of Blue Lock, Uzumaki.
I heard episode 2 was abysmal. Like, I haven't seen anything on Uzumaki. It just everybody talked about episode 1 being good, and then suddenly everybody turned on it, and I was like, what happened?
Episode 1 was incredible. Episode 2, it seemed like they ran out of their budget. It's funny because actually some information came out about the production of episode 2 of Uzumaki. I can't remember what it was verbatim. Let me see. But the first episode was really, really good, but they kind of got fucked. Because one of the production staff or one of the animation directors came out and kind of explained what happened. And it was essentially like it was like a production issue that came out. The episode was due to launch. And they were like, do we push back the episode, skip the episode, don't finish the episode? Like, we didn't really have any options, so we just released the episode as it was. And the animation is very bad. It literally is like the CGI in Blue Lock that we've seen from the current season is like that. So characters will be running away. There's one scene of a anime character or a character Uzumaki walking up like spiral staircase. The animation is so fucking bad that it looks like he's getting his back blown out going upstairs. Like, it looks so raw. It looks so fucking bad. All right, I'm looking at this CBR, so comic book, I think it's comic book reader website article, which says Westerner producers screw over animation studios. Animator blames Uzumaki downward spiral on overseas production. So I'm guessing they had some kind of issue with Toonami, or not Toonami, but Adult Swim. That caused them to get behind schedule, and they weren't able to finish the episode. I don't know how the third episode. I think the third episode is out, but I don't know if the third episode is out yet to kind of see if it fixes itself, and then maybe it was just this episode didn't get done in time. But essentially, the tweet that he wrote was, "I have so much to say, or so much that I want to say about Uzumaki adaptation, but it'll never fit into the series of tweets." Let me see. While I don't have any actual behind-the-scenes knowledge of Uzumaki production, it was advertised by Production IG, several series for years, only be marketed as IG and I guess some other company. At the last moment, at the end of the day, certainly some Western Productions' fault. This is taking too long to wait. Okay, maybe this isn't the same article that I read because it was a tweet that came out. I guess it's somebody just talking about some information. All right, from Henry Thurlow. But yeah, it was apparently some production issue came up. They weren't able to finish the episode in time. The CG, like, because you can tell in the first episode that the characters are CG, and it looks really, really good because they kind of like they animate it well where it fits in, and the black and white filter makes it kind of all mesh with the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't feel like it stands out. But in the second episode, it's straight up just like PlayStation 2 characters overlaid on the world. And it looks so fucking bad, dude. It looks so bad. I heard that episode is still good, but it's not great. So I'm hoping, I'm really and truly hoping that the next episodes will still be good because I've been looking forward to this. We got the, what was it? Not Uzumaki Chronicles, the Junji Ito collection that came out a couple of years ago, and everybody was very excited for it. I was very excited for it. You don't really get good horror anime. So I was like very excited for it to be like, okay, I want to watch this, and that was bad. And then I was like, oh, but we saw that first trailer on Toonami of Uzumaki, and I was like, this looks fucking sick. Only to find out all the stuff from the original trailer was from the first episode. And you can kind of see why. The first episode looks fucking incredible, dude. But yeah, the second episode just had like, I guess some production issues. The animation was poor. But the story is still good because it's still Uzumaki. But if it continues this route, I probably won't finish it. I have the whole omnibus of the entire series. So I'm just gonna finish reading it. But yeah, it sucks because I had such high hopes for it, man. It looked so good. It looks so good, but it is just a part of it, man. It's a part of it. All right, we getting an update. Beep, 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 beep. Apparently, Uzumaki's only 4 episodes. Well, fuck. That's already 1/2 or 1/4 of the whole series bad. Well, damn. Well, it sucks. Well, hopefully the last 2 episodes will be good and they can finish it off on a high note. I didn't know how long it's going to be because the manga isn't that big. So, you know, it's like a big book, but it's not that long. But yeah, it kind of sucks. But hopefully Uzumaki can then find their footing and get back to it. If it doesn't, well, we kind of understand why at least. So that's something. But yeah, I feel like I got debated because I was so excited for it. But it really did screw the pooch. But yeah, Uzumaki is another one from this season. Watch the first episode, make the determination on if you want to continue.
The better animation that anime gets, the farther they can fall.
Yeah,
and we are seeing the downside, the fall of anime and the rise at the same time.
I know. There's so many anime that the first episode is animated amazing. I remember watching Shakugan no Shana, Project Arms, and be like, dude, this fight in the first episode is fucking incredible. And then you watch the rest of the season, it's like fucking nothing, just motherfuckers talking or like very quick fights, or the fights just turn into like the after image, or not the after image, but like the after effects. So like you see the character throw the punch, and then you hear the noise, and then so the character reacting to getting punched. I'm just like, no, what happened to all the smooth, beautiful animation that we were just seeing? You bastards. But yeah, so
times have changed. Times have changed.
Times have changed, but I still got Don, so I'm happy.
But we do have the continuation of Power of God, which is also going the route of falling. It does seem like it got a little better with the last like 2 episodes. It seemed like it got a little better because the ending of season 1 were like really bad. It was they had like the art design was cool, but man, it was like they animated like once every 7 frames or something, and it was like, what is going on? Like, why am I watching a slideshow presentation on Tower of God's final fight. Like, what is happening?
Damn it.
It seems
That
like they
sucks.
haven't done like another fight yet, but it does look a little better. It does look a little bit smoother. So I'm hoping that they just kind of drop the ball the one time and they're gonna pick it back up.
So I saw like the first fight with like adult or older bot. I'm not sure. And there's like a fight with like a guy in like a
The
hood,
fire
with, like,
guy?
a little robe. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing
And
that
shit
had
was
like
bad.
the sideways fireball that just kind of slid around the screen. Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm just like, ew. Again, animation is difficult.
and it didn't get any better than that.
Oh
I'll tell you what.
no.
If anything, it got worse. Like it was really
Oh.
bad.
That's not good. That's not good
but
at all.
fingers crossed that the continuation of the season is better. What else we were looking forward to? Let This Grieving Soul Retire was recommended. It's like,
So
it's
what's that
fine.
about?
It's like, what is it exactly like? Essentially, there's like the one guy who like accidentally became the guild leader of the strongest guild, and then it's kind of like his story, and it's kind of funny. It kind of goes the way like similar to Eminence in Shadow, in the way where it's like he just kind of bullshit stuff and then it ends up happening in his favor.
Love
That happens a
shit.
lot. But he imagine he's more of like a scumbag doing it, because every time he's like getting punished for something, he's like, well, I'll just have this person do it in my place instead. And everybody thinks that he's like so OP and so good that he's giving it to them in a form of training, and he is actually just like not paying attention. So it's like, it's kind of funny, but it's like not super unique in a way. I like it. The animation doesn't suck or anything, so like I like it. It's a good watch. I'm 2 episodes in. I don't know if they've released a 3rd episode yet, but definitely one to keep an eye on. The Most Notorious Talker, though, that one has my attention. I am waiting to see the rest of it, because it can go really dark really fast, or it could just be like a normal anime. They have introduced the slave trade within the show, within the first 2 episodes, but it's not what you think. The main character is the one selling the slaves off. So,
What?
yeah,
That's even
so
worse.
what happens? So I try to avoid anything like super specific, but essentially the main character gets betrayed by his party, or some members of his party, and then in order to like get back at them, he's able to do like some version of mind control to get them to admit. And when they do, then apparently it's only against the law if they are not criminals, but since they did something criminal, he could use the mind control, and since they admitted to it under mind control, he then in turn sold them off to the slave trade so that he could make the money back that he lost. And he was like, look, you guys can either go to jail, in which case your survival rate is 1 to 2%, or I can sell you to a slave trader, and you might get a good lead, or you might get a good master. And then he ends up also like bargaining with the slave trader to get like a really good deal on them. And it's like,
So-
yeah, they did steal an insane amount of money. Like, imagine a couple $1 million. They did yoink him out, and for a really dumb reason. Like, honestly, they should have just went to jail. Like, the dude did something fucked up, and I'm like, nah, they deserve that. It was fucked up. But I like his power. I like his attitude. I'm gonna sound fucking stupid saying this, but I keep thinking it every time I see the picture. He's got fucking awesome drip, dude. I love his fucking outfit. He's got that like cloak with like the feather or the like fur rims, or the fur collars, and at the bottom it's got the fur stuff. And I just think it looks cool. I like that style where it's got like the long cloak, and he's like more of a support character, and like his class is pretty interesting, and like you haven't seen it before, really. You've seen variations of it, but it is pretty different. I like it. I like his outfit. I like his attitude. I like how they have played out. The slave trade thing is going to be like, for some people, like, holy fuck, I can't believe they just did that.
Because my whole thing is just like, I don't know what's up with
But
Isekai now, where slavery is just the cool thing to do.
Okay, so in its defense, the slave trade is like renowned. It's like, it's not good, right? Like, it's not like a legal thing. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that. So
It was just like I was watching Shield Hero and Raphael is just like, no, I want to stay your slave. And he's like, all right, I'll make you my slave. And I'm just like, what is going on?
yeah, so it's not like they just have the slave trader like down the street or whatever that's like government sanctioned.
I'm going to McDonald's and I'll pick
like
up a slave.
he had to set up a meeting to like happen way out in the middle of fucking nowhere to get this sale going. And then he not only put the two party members like in a position where they just had to become slaves or they would basically die. He also made it so that the buyer dude, the slave buyer, would also have to pay him a stupid amount of money so that they could make the money back. And it was like all curated by him and nobody really had an option. And I was like, oh, this is kind of sick. So,
and what was the name of this anime again?
The most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan.
All right,
And
well, I guess
you get to meet his like grandpa right at the beginning, and his grandpa was like more like a really grand adventurer who ended up passing from being like a hero in the middle of like a invasion of some kind of monster invasion, and he ended up like passing in the first episode or something. And yeah, it was good. It was like different. It was like just different enough that it was still familiar, but not like boring. You know, so I like that one. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. Even the PV seemed really good. So like when it was recommended to me, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm down. I like the concept. And then I watched it, and the dude is cold as ice. He does not give a shit. So I love it. I love it when they're just like, if you fuck with me, I will let you know why that is a bad idea. And he does not hold back either. He's like, I will literally ruin your life because it is funny.
So it's like a little bit more tame, redo the healer. No,
significantly more tame, and they don't do anything like sexual like that, but it is in a way
smidgen.
It is not exactly a revenge story. His goal isn't to get revenge. He's more like, you won't get away from me without my revenge. So it's like they did him wrong, and he's like, well, you're going to get it now. But it's not like his whole life is about getting people. I think his goal is to be the strongest, but he is designated the weakest class. So he's trying to get stronger, and then he's just like, oh, well, my party is kind of a dick, so time to ruin their lives because how dare they?
Wait, so what's his class? His
class is called Talker. It's curse speech. It's literally curse speech.
Oh, so he's better in Maki. Maybe he uses power instead of
so he does use his power a couple times in the beginning. He is just like a super buffer. Like the fact that people call this class the weakest and like within the world that they like make fun of this class is fucking wild to me. This class can like give his entire party like a 50% all attribute buff. And it's like, why would you not want that? Like, that's so good.
Fuck him.
Yeah, that's so good. And then like in the fucking fight, he's like incapacitated because they have like smoke or like poison gas or something. And then like the whole party starts to fall apart because they lost all their buffs. And it's like, hello, this is clearly valuable. And then like afterwards, they're like, hey man, fuck you, you suck. And you're like, what? It's crazy, but I like the support thing. Yeah, I like the support thing. And
they party sound like how I play every strategy RPG. I'm playing Fire Emblem. I don't want no goddamn dancers, no bars. Get the fuck out of here. I just want warriors.
The dancers are sick, dude. They let your dude take like a whole extra turn. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been doing in Fire Emblem. I've been replaying it recently, and I was like, you know what, this little dancing boy help me out.
Yeah, he's like, I think the point of it being like weak is that the talkers can't buff themselves, so they like are fully reliant on their party protecting them. But like, dude, you have 4 people in your party, they get like a 50% bonus. That's like 2 extra people.
Yeah.
So
that's what I always thought was really cool. Where the DanMachi counter at? But in DanMachi with fucking Haruhime, and she was just like, I could buff somebody, make them a whole level stronger. And then she was like, I could buff 5 people now. And I was like, that's so fucking good.
Yeah,
dude.
I was like, with how different the like strengths between levels are, is like massive. A single level bonus to 5 people is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it'll
like,
only
if
get
you ain't
better. Like,
Belle-
imagine when Bell is like level 6 and then she boosts him to
Yeah.
level 7. He's already going to be the world's strongest level 6.
Yeah, dude, God, Dalmage is so good. But yeah, no, that actually sounds interesting. That sounds cool. I might have to give it a check out. I need to make like a anime list and actually like keep it all together so I can do like you do and be like, all right, this is what I'm keeping up with. This is what I dropped. This is what I'm doing. So, you know, I
It'd
need
be
to
pretty
do that.
hard for, like, I will say that I'm currently blessed with my position. I'm able to watch like 13 series of anime at, like, not all of it at work, but like a bunch of it I'm able to watch like while I'm at work. You had me in the first half. But yeah, I definitely, I would not be able to watch as much as I do if I did not work where I do. And I'm pretty sure most of the people there are aware that I'm watching this stuff and they just don't care because I still get my job done. So
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing.
I think that's how it should always be. As long as you're doing your job, whatever's in your job description, as long as you don't let whatever it is you're doing like interrupt your job, they should just leave you alone.
Yeah,
And that's what happens for me. So like I will take my blessing and I will like give you the rundown like, hey, don't watch this one. This is trash. Watch this one. It's under the radar. I try to watch as many as I can.
Sifting through the bullshit.
Yeah, is there any on here that's like Loner Life in Another World? I didn't see it yet because I didn't know where it was posted. I think Nova told me that it was High Dive, and I don't want to go to High Dive. I know I already have to for Don Machi, and I'm like, I literally waited all of last season because I haven't watched Oshinoko season 2 yet. And I was like, I'm just going to wait for Don Machi, and I'm going to watch Don Machi and Oshinoko on High Dive at the same time. And then, like, Loner Life is apparently on that as well. And I'm like, I don't want to spend that much time on High Dive. I don't know. I went to the website one time recently, and they had updated their, like, UI. So maybe it doesn't suck as bad. So I'm fingers crossed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, probably don't browse the hub at work, though. Keep it reasonable.
No, I was goofing. Damn, get your boy tell a joke. But no, like this will be a little bitch session real quick. But yeah, it is getting difficult to be able to find anime because I mean, there'll be things on Crunchyroll, High Dive, Hulu, Netflix. Like it sucks that everything is so.
Unless it is like a god tier anime, I'll never go to Hulu or Netflix to watch it.
Yeah.
The only thing pulling me over to High Dive is Don Machi. They made the best decision for me specifically. They made the best decision possible to license that onto theirs. I wish that they didn't because it used to be on Crunchyroll and I liked watching it on Crunchyroll, it's super weird because season 3 of Don Machi is still on Crunchyroll, but 1 and 2 and 4 are not.
Licensing bullshit is so fucking infuriating, man.
Yeah, because I saw it. It came up recommended to me, and I was like, "Oh, did they bring it back?" And then I just like started looking for it, and I was like, "Of course not, suckers."
Yeah, it was something. What was it? It wasn't Naruto. It's something. Was it Naruto? I think Naruto's only subbed on Crunchyroll. There's no dub of Naruto. I was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?"
That's a lot of episodes. Imagine how much server space that would take to then add the dubs.
But they ate Funimation. Funimation had it all dubbed. Put it on there. Like, what are you doing,
dude? When I stayed over at my sister's house this last weekend to dog sit, they had their PS4 first of all, which I was like, when I picked up the PS4 controller, I was like, what the fuck? And then I put my account on their PlayStation, and then when I opened up their like TV and media section, Verve was on there, and I was like, oh my god, Verve needed to stay a thing. I wanted to see what would come out on the other like 8 things that were related. I got to watch Gary and His Demons on there. It was like a really fucking, it was like an even more dumb Rick and Morty. It was like, imagine both Rick and Morty were the same person, but neither one of them were as extreme as they were, and it was Constantine instead.
Yeah, because like I really enjoyed Verve because I would watch like anime from like Crunchyroll.
I was also watching like Ruby on there back before.
Yeah,
like
they had all the fucking Rooster Teeth shit. Yeah, they had Rooster Teeth stuff on there. So I was just like watching Rooster Teeth and everything. Like it was great.
Then they got rid of Funimation for High Dive, and I was
great.
like, well, at least I don't have to go to High Dive. I can watch High Dive stuff on Verve. And then High Dive stopped working on there, and I was like, oh no. It's
No,
begun.
no. Because again, I only got High Dive for like a month to watch Imminence of Shadow, and that was
I
about
am
it.
so mad that they didn't get the I Am Atomic line as good as the first one. They were all good, don't get me wrong, but that first one probably made every guy watching cream his pants a little bit. Just a little bit. When he like
Just a
whispered in
smidgen.
your ear like that, you're like, ugh. But after that, it was like, it was good, but like not that good, you know?
Yeah. It sucks, man. It's just so hard to like be able to watch everything. Like literally, I'm looking at my anime list at the shows that we're talking about, and they got the little icons, which is nice. We're just like, all right, it's on this, it's on that, it's on this, it's on that. So it's like on Crunchyroll, it's on Netflix, it's on whatever. So that's helpful.
I
But
don't the
it
issue
just still
with
sucks.
with Anime Planet is like sometimes it'll be like Seven Seas Entertainment, and it's like that's not a site that you can watch things on. I don't know, and sometimes it'll say Anime News Network, and I'm like, I don't know where this is actually at, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
why it's telling me Anime News Network. So then I
It's
just have to
hard
go
out
hunt
here
for
for
it, and
account.
I'm like, if I don't know what it is, I'm not gonna hunt that long. So
Yeah, true. It sucks, but yeah, it's muy difícil. But I try to watch as much as I can when I can, and I have luckily, me and my girlfriend share a lot of our like accounts. So like she has Hulu, I got Netflix. We kind of just bounce back and forth, so I can see most stuff. I'm watching Don Machi on Hulu, so luckily most of High Dive stuff seems to be on Hulu. I
I think
just
I would
gotta
rather
find
watch
G
it on High
Gundam.
Dive than Hulu. I ain't
Yeah,
going
I
to Hulu.
mean,
I got Hulu, and I ain't going there.
because like Bleach: 1,000-Year Blood War is on fucking Hulu, which
I
is
hate
another
that
anime
so
that's coming out
much.
this season. Yeah.
When they remake Bleach, they better put it on literally anything else.
But yeah, so I'm excited for that. The Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War is continuing. It looks amazing. The opening is fucking incredible. I just love Ichigo. I'm so glad everybody's back.
Did that come out this season?
I believe it is. It's on the list. Bleach, Sinin, Kissing, Head, Sokokotan. I believe it's coming out this season.
Sure did.
Third part. Yep. So that's back. If you guys like Bleach, continue watching it. It's been fantastic. I've always been a huge fan of Bleach. It sucked when it ended, especially after the fucking was a full bringer arc, which stunk ass.
It's still so random to me that they're remaking it. Like they took such a long break. I assume because they felt like they weren't getting the like views and attention that they wanted, and then they just like released this, and they're like, "Hey, what if we just tried it again?" And it's like,
the big three's back, baby.
like I want that to work, but there was a reason that you stopped last time. What was the reason you stopped last time?
Because it's like, it felt like because Bleach was kind of getting canceled in the manga, and then the anime was still going, it just felt like the interest in Bleach was just going down. So they just like,
Bleach
fuck it,
didn't get canceled. Bleach finished.
I mean, it finished, but I felt like the sales and everything were like, woo, noticeably dropping.
No,
So
that's why I assumed that
like,
it ended. Is like they probably just weren't getting the value that they wanted out of it. So I was like, okay,
also
that
Kubo
sucks, but that makes
was like,
sense.
yeah, Kubo was also like very overworked. So like if you watch or you read a lot of the Bleach panels,
Brosif was fucking sick all the time.
he was dying, son. So it's just like you see like the panels just have characters in the fucking void of whiteness.
Yeah,
he was just like, I can't draw backgrounds. I'm tired. So it's like that schedule is like,
but he made some of that work though. Like if you were down in Hueco Mundo and there was like nothing in the background, that made sense.
Yeah, because it ain't shit there but dirt, dirt and sky. But I've always loved Bleach. I'm glad that it's coming back and getting a resurgence. I know like around the time the manga was ending, a lot of people were just like, oh man, the manga's ending, the ending, isn't that great? But like they're animating it and it looks amazing. Everybody, like anytime the next season or next part drops, everybody's talking about it.
Slightly distracted by the new Bleach animation because everybody looks so shiny.
They really do. Everybody is made out of chrome.
Like it looks clean, but it's like, why are you like reflective?
Yeah. It is insane in the membrane. But yeah, Bleach is back, boys. It's been really goddamn good. It makes me happy. And I'm excited to watch more of it. I just got to catch up.
And really the only other thing left that I'm like excited to see is going to be Shangri-La's second season, because the first season was so good. Dude, the
Shangri-La
fight
Frontier
with
came out of
Weatherman
nowhere,
was so fucking good, dude. That was epic.
Shangri-La Frontier is fucking incredible. I just watched the first season with Furin. Like amazing, so good. I love Sunraku, all the characters. Again, the Weatherman fight, like you said, was really great. I love the whole pencil gone thing where it's like, oh yeah, my friend came back here to do this whole quest for blah blah blah. Like all that stuff was great. Like I'm really enjoying it. I'm so excited to see where they go because again, it doesn't have the normal like VR MMO hook of like, oh, you're trapped in the game.
Death
It's just a
game.
dude who likes playing video games. And that's it. It's just a guy who likes playing video games, and you get to see him.
I like how like
experience.
serious the devs are taking their like progress. They're like acting like it's the end of the world. Like they weren't supposed to get through the like the Invincible Legends or whatever.
Yeah, when I got to the
They're
part where you
like,
see
oh,
the
he did it out of
developers-
order. I don't like that they said that he did it out of order because that means that there's like other ones that are weaker than Weathermon, and I'm like, oh no, are they gonna like blast through them now? That sucks.
Probably. You'll get like a fucking montage of him just like beating all those other shit to get some
Solo.
real again. Yeah. But yeah, I'm so excited for season 2 and see where they go with it. I want to understand more of the world. Like, is it just really advanced AI that the bunny people are? Or is it like actual GMs who are just like
I think it's just really
incredible at
advanced
role-playing?
AI.
Yeah, I was just like the fucking buddy dude is just like, or girl or whatever the fuck, just like, hey, what's up, Sanraku?
Hey
And
man,
just hanging out in
the
that
boss
conversation with him.
bunny was kind of awesome.
Yeah, he's so fucking sick, dude. I'm just like, are there people playing those characters? Or are they just like super AI? Or
No,
something
I'm like,
that?
I'm pretty sure they're super AI because they like.
They can react to that man, like having conversations to that
I mean,
degree.
they're part of the what are they called? The secret scenarios or whatever. And so it's like, I was also like, wait a minute, I don't understand because the bunny's like sticking around for a really long time, and
That's
like
what I'm saying.
there is a lot of things that this scenario is offering Sunraku. It's like, and like, how does everybody else play the game? There's nothing.
I don't know.
He gets all of his answers and everything right in the one world that he can fast travel to, and everyone else is just, I don't know, shit out of luck, I guess.
They gotta go to first Termon or not first Termon. What is it? First the second Dale. Like
Second
I love
drama,
all the cities. Just like
third drama. Yeah, I was like, after I didn't get it at first when he mentioned the first town, and then when he said the second one, I was like, I see what they did. They got kind of lazy on that one.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, so I'm very excited for Shangri-La Frontier. The Bird Boy is back. Another anime that we've been talking about a little bit that I haven't sat down and watched. That is coming out in this season that we've been waiting for. Again, it's Dragon Ball month, baby. We got Sparking Zero and we got Dragon Ball Daima. So the first episode dropped this past week. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to sit down and probably watch it tonight after I get done doing what I got to do. I'm very excited because apparently the first episode is literally just lore out the wazoo. Apparently they explore a lot of the demon world and the demon clans. Is very heavy on, I guess, because the only thing I really know is like the hook is like, the death of the Bura apparently fucked some shit up. And I actually really like that. Like the fact that he was the king of hell or whatever, and he dies, it's just like, what happens? And then just seeing, I guess, Goku and all them get involved in that. I don't know how them turning into fucking Cabbage Patch Kids fit into that, but I guess we'll see. But again, Diamond is the last work from the late, great legend, Akira Toriyama, his final project. And so far, it seems like they've been like all the love was poured into it, and everybody's been saying that it's been amazing so far. It feels good to get a fantastic Dragon Ball game and also have a good Dragon Ball anime. Again, I had fun with Super. I enjoyed Super. The first like 30-40 episodes is animated so poorly. Like the Resurrection of Frieza and the Battle of Gods arc retold in Super is so bad to the point where it like everybody just shit on it. So it's cool to be able to see a Dragon Ball project being like one of the goated legendary anime getting a fantastic adaptation. And I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, I saw one dude online be like, One Piece is going on break. It's because they took all the animators to work on Dragon Ball. And it's like, man, shut up.
That ain't what they do.
Like, yeah, I was like, shut your fucking
That's
ass
not how
up.
that works.
But,
That's not how that works.
yeah, I just like, dude, animation is difficult, man. So if there's some anime that are animated poorly, and I try to give some kind of credence. I'm not going to sit up there and watch it, but I get it. The production can be fucked up, and it's not just the animators who are not talented, but it's just a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't know about. But I'm very happy that Daima seems to be good in all respects. It's expanding the Dragon Ball lore, is animated well. It feels like it's harkening back to Dragon Ball in a way that GT tried to do but kind of failed. Where you have this adventure. It's not just Goku, who's like a god, just fighting a guy that's just like slightly stronger than him until he gets strong enough to beat him. Like they're going on an adventure, exploring new worlds, expanding the lore, and you don't know if Goku's going to be able to stop the shit because he's gotten reverted back in power. So I'm excited to see all the new characters. Yeah, so again, I'm very excited for Daima. again, it is Dragon Ball month in between Halloween time, so it's spooky and anime. Super has been amazing. Daima Goku is in Sparking Zero. He's kind of sucks because he has no ki blast. He just has fucking power pole attacks, which is cool. But very, very, very excited to sit down and watch Daima. So I'm gonna sit down and watch it.
It sounds pretty interesting. I didn't watch any of Super. I like watched some of the clips and stuff. I liked watching the Tournament of Power clips. I don't really care to watch Dragon Ball anymore. It's like a thing of my past. It doesn't. I watched all the way through Z, and then after that, I was like, anything beyond this is milking it, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So I pretty much just stopped watching it. I just kind of vibe with everybody else.
Goku like, went red to blue to silver, or the black to silver. Come on, man, new colors.
Oh, of
Buy
course,
everything.
Of course. I mean, it was epic to watch them do the hue shift filter on Goku repeatedly.
I mean, Ultra Instinct gets sick. The Tournament of Power is cool. There's characters that don't know get a chance to shine.
I like Jiren as like an opposition because he didn't really feel like a villain, but he definitely felt like an obstacle.
He's an obstacle with the stupidest fucking backstory. He's like, man, me and my family was hungry and things was rough, so I was like, I'm gonna get strong. So then I got strong. It's like the One Piece meme. I won't say it because that meme of One Piece of Kaido's backstory is so funny. Where he's just like, I won't say the actual word that they use in the meme, but there's like, I was a little dude, then I was a medium dude, now I'm a big dude. And it's just like cinema. And I'm just like, that's what I felt like with Jiren, where just like, I was a little poor kid that was hungry. I was a medium sized kid. I'm a very strong adult. And I was just like, Jiren's like,
I won't say his like story was good, but like in the fight itself, he was definitely cool to watch, like stand against, Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yeah,
it was just I had a friend that would just like always send me the next chapter of like random stuff in Dragon Ball, and I was like, you can't just like send me out of context panels. Like I don't understand what's happening. Like he sent me Ultra Ego Vegeta, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
He lost his eyebrows in the war of '97. But yeah, it's pretty much just Vegeta learning to become the next god of destruction, essentially. So he's training under. I like that actually. I like that he's training under Beerus and Goku's training under Whis. So Goku's using the angelic powers. Yeah, I think that's like a cool
dynamic that fits like correctly, because like Goku probably would act more like Whis than Beerus, and Vegeta would act more like Beerus than Goku. So I think it fits. It's just like watching more Dragon Ball would just felt like buying the next Call of Duty, where it was just like it was the same thing, but like within a new color. And I was like, I mean, I've seen it. So
and he gets like the fucking echo effect on his voice. I will always remember that fucking meme. I think it was from Xenoverse, where it was like a glitch. So Goku's voice was like fucking loud and booming. It's like Gohan's about to fight him, and he's just like, bring it on, Gohan. And it like echoes, like reverberates through the entire fucking map. And I was just like, jeez. But yeah, Ultra Instinct's cool. I don't really care about Super Saiyan Blue or God, really. I mean, the fights and stuff like that. Like, again, if you want to watch Super, watch
Super
the
Saiyan
first
4 will always beat the goated Super Saiyan transformation.
100%. That's why I was like, I'm maining him and Sparking, because I love Super Saiyan 4. Again, I don't think ZT is fantastic or anything by that, but Super Saiyan 4 is the best transformation.
Yeah, that by far is the best one. There's no competition. Like you can't. Super Saiyan God Blue turning like red and blue, definitely not anywhere near as good as like mixing the human and like monkey sides of the Saiyan race. Like that is the perfect transformation in my opinion.
So a cool thing that they are doing right now in Dragon Ball Super is that every Saiyan is getting like their own, like they're all going down different paths. So Gohan has Beast, Goku has Ultra Instinct, Vegeta has Ultra Ego, and I'm hoping that Broly, because Broly's now canon, I hope he gets Super Saiyan 4, because this whole thing in the movie is that they explain his like power increase of like how he gets all buff and how he gets so strong is that he's tapping into the Ozaru power, so he gets the like 10 times boost, but in his Saiyan form. So that's why his eyes turn yellow. He's tapping into it. So I hope that Broly gets Super Saiyan 4, so at least it becomes like a canonical form again.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think that would be cool. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, like you said, it's just more Dragon Ball. If you tap out, I totally understand. But Dragon Ball is like etched in my fucking heart. So I watch all of it, even if it's bad.
I mean, it sounds like Daima is going down a slightly different route. So maybe I'll check it out, because like you said, they were just strong dudes that would fight somebody that was slightly stronger and then lose, and then they would just get stronger and then they would win. So if they're doing something slightly different where they like go like explore, like it's like their how season 1 used to be, where like they went on Namek and it was like you got to learn about Namek. After that happened, it was like, when was the last time they went and explored like a planet without blowing it up? So
yeah, no, that doesn't really happen.
But they have Goku's been to other planets because that's where he learned instant transmission. And it's like, why don't we get to find out who those are?
They never fucking show that shit, but they actually show, because in Tournament of Power, one of the Universal teams has Yardratsians, whatever the fuck, on the team. So you finally get to see how they look, which I was like, okay, that's cool. But I would have loved like seeing like what.
Yeah,
Goku
I wanted
did.
to like see their society and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they just like
really
live out in
just
their quote unquote streets. Is it just like a forest town? Like, are they
cool,
hobbits?
Yeah, it does seem like that's what Daima is doing, because it's all set, I guess, in the demon world. Like once they get going, so you're in the demon realm. So you get to see the land of the gods and Super. Now you get to see the demon realm where like Deborah and all them came from, and you get like a bunch of cool lore drops of information. So I'm excited to sit down and watch it and talk with everybody in Discord. Once I get back from dinner, maybe I'll watch it in Discord and we can watch the first episode live together. You guys want to do that before I go to bed? But yeah, I want to sit down and watch it. But I'm very, 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 very fucking excited.
I do hope that they like make it super interesting, but I also hope that they make it so that it's not required to watch Super, because if I can skip Super to get to it,
no,
then I might check it out. But if I have to watch all the way through Super, like, I'm not doing that.
I think Daima is technically set. Probably I don't know, because Krillin has the Boo arc hairstyle, so I don't know when the fuck it's set. Like he doesn't have a super hairstyle where he has like the little like pointed hair. He has like the Trunks hair, I guess you can call it that, like the hair that falls down. So he I think you don't have to watch Super. I think you'll be fine as long as you know Beerus and Whis. I think you'll be fine. It feels like it's gonna be like a totally separate.
I still don't
adventure.
understand the one clip that I've seen from Super that I still don't understand is Goku fighting Beerus like in outer space. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What happened there? And like, why
escalation happened?
I was like, they were like, to the best of my knowledge, they were on relatively good terms, and then Beerus was just like, time to die. And then Goku was like, typical Goku fashion, no, you cannot destroy my world, and then fought back. Dude,
that moment's so fucking sick. Shashira killed that shit.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So fucking good. Is that I am my father's son?
All the clips that I watch of them like fighting up into outer space, Goku like basically says that he loses because there's like nothing else he can do, and then nobody shows what happens after that. So I'm like, what happens?
Do you want me to explain it to you?
Sure.
The reason why he fights is that Beerus falls asleep. In his dream, he gets a premonition, because he gets premonitions that one day he's going to have to fight this being called a Super Saiyan God, and it's going to be somebody who can actually push him. So then he wakes up because he like falls asleep for like thousands of years or whatever.
So this is before Goku got his blue.
Yeah. So he's just like, oh, I need to find this Super Saiyan God and fight him. And then Whis is just like, all right, let's go look for him. And then they go to Earth and they find like, oh, this was the last remaining Saiyans. One of them got to be the guy. And then they're like, I don't know what the Super Saiyan God is,
except for the other Saiyan, and then that other Saiyan, and then the one more Saiyan.
To the video. But yeah, and then they pretty much just eat and dick around, and then fucking
they're pulling an Uchiha where they just like it. This is the last one, except for this other one. By the way, there's another one.
That's exactly what the fuck it is, dude. But yeah, so pretty much like Fat Boo eats Beerus's pudding because Beerus and Whis love food, and he eats the pudding, and Beerus gets pissed and he slaps shit out of Bulma, and then Vegeta fights him. It's like this whole thing, and then they find out to make the Super Saiyan God, you gotta have 5 pure-hearted Saiyans all do a ceremony where they hold hands and they make you into a Super Saiyan God, and they do that to Goku. And Goku and Beerus just fight. And he's just like, if you can't beat me, I'm gonna destroy your planet because I'm gonna destroy your God. And then Goku, like you said, he gave up at the end. He's like, I got my ass beat. And then Beerus is just like, good fight, kid. And he's like, time to blow up your planet. And he just goes there, he shoots a rock, and he's like, I blew up Earth. And then he leaves, and then that's it. So it's like a movie where Goku fucking loses. And then Beerus is like, you know what, kid, I like you. And then he just leaves, and that's how their friendship starts, where he trains with Beerus and Whis. It's just like, you know what, I like this kid, I want to fight him more. And then that's about it. But the only thing is the power creep is getting crazy, because it's like Goku and Super Saiyan God was like, he fought Beerus at 70% or whatever, right? And then he's gotten Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, Ultra Instinct Sign, Ultra Instinct, and somehow he still isn't as strong as Beerus. But anyway, whatever. anyway, Daima's totally separated from all that
Daima's gonna
shit.
be in
Watch
the next
Daima.
thing.
Daima's separated from all that, so you don't need to know all that. But I just think it's funny because
CMA seemed like he's pretty excited about Daima. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'll have to like. I'll remember when somebody posts a TikTok about it, and I'll be like, "Oh damn, that was sick. What happened here?"
It's going to be short. It's animated really well. I saw some of the clips of Daima where they reanimate some scenes from Z, and you get to see it like done in like current animation. God, it looks so good. Do a Dragon Ball. Fuck Kai. Do a whole Dragon Ball remake. Why are we doing Bleach and Naruto and shit like that? And One Piece. Do
Yeah,
Dragon
just put them all
Ball
together. Just make it one thing. Just go like Dragon Ball. Don't even cut it. Just go straight into Z, and then from Z into Super, and then Super into Daima. Actually, fuck it. Remake it in chronological order.
Yeah, at the beginning of Broly, they do like a retrospective of the OG Dragon Ball, and so they pretty much like show Goku, or was it Superhero? It was Superhero, I believe. They show like Goku's adventures through the Red Ribbon Army and all this like big shit, and it looks so good, man. I'm just like, just do it over again. Like, God, that little snippet of like 5 minutes of Goku's whole journey fighting Red Ribbon Army and them setting it up for them being the bad guys and Superhero. God, it looked amazing. But yeah, that's kind of our little, I guess, nubbin, our little taste of the current season of anime coming out. It's a very exciting season. You know, we had a little bit of a drought during the summer. It's very hot, not a lot of stuff going on, but they jam-packed us with some good stuff.
Calm
this week.
before the storm.
It
was weak last season, but this one is cooking. This one's got a lot going on for it. So
I'm very excited to sit down. Yep, and watch a bunch of this stuff. But yeah, I will be watching Daima as soon as possible, and try to check out some other stuff like Don Machi. I want to watch that as well. But yeah, you guys, let us know what anime you're going to be watching this season. You better be having Don Machi and ReZero on there. I'm going to fight you. Put it be fisticuffs. But yeah, if you guys want to let us know down in the comments below or in your 5-star review on the audio podcast services of your choice, you got to give us 5 stars. If you don't, what do you do with your life?
Great.
Yeah, we are amazing. We're the best anime podcast on this planet Earth. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. The boys are back in town. You know, this hurricane season will not stop us. Again, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed.
I was like, I did it once. We got another one coming. I don't know how far that one's going to come up.
Purple. But yeah, so hopefully we'll be fine. But we'll be back next week with the 28th episode of the DNAnime podcast. And we hope to see you guys there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come hang out with the boys live on twitch.tv. We'll see you guys then. Bye, everybody.